All right, everybody, welcome to the 2022 CEO Sense Summit. I am Shay Cannon, the fractional COO, that's Chief Operating Officer, and my mission is to help small business owners make sense of their business so that it creates and funds their freedom, okay? We're all about having a business that funds our freedom. I lead by example. If you don't know, my freedom looks like living and working my business from anywhere in the world. I started that thing off in Belize. I lived in Mexico for 3 years, and I am currently in the tango and beef capital of the world, Buenos Aires, Argentina. Okay, so how is that for freedom that is funded by your business? Okay, last year we kicked off this now annual event, okay, by giving you 50 sessions of value on how to create your own CEO life design. Then we went into resources, right? How to manifest them, how to manage them, how to monitor them, and how to maximize them. We had 5 days of value, 10 sessions a day. Okay, that was last year though. That was last year. This year, I'm giving you a roadmap to transformation that I have dubbed Super September. Okay, Super September. So we started off with 5, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, challenges. We had a challenge a week for 5 weeks. We had one about get more done, one about get more money, one about get more reach, one about get more momentum, and the last one on last week was about get more digital, talking about digital tools to get you transformations. And this virtual summit this week is all about managing to get more out of your small business, okay? So the next 5 days, we'll focus on managing business growth, managing business technology, managing people, managing you, because sometimes when you have a small business, the business is you, and we're gonna manage scale, right? But today, welcome to day one, right? And today I have somebody special here with me because day one is managing business growth. So I asked my friend and loved one, okay, Shan Thomas of Visible Credibility to join us because Shan is a business strategy. And let me tell you something. When I think about business growth and I think about marketing, I think about Shan Thomas, okay? Shan Thomas. So I asked her to join us because I can't imagine talking about managing business growth without her. And a big part of that is building relationships, okay? Shan helped me build more relationships. I didn't quite know what that networking thing was, and so she taught me how to do that. She even gave a session last year on how you can get your networking done, right? But this year, we're talking about building these relationships that result in sales, because some of y'all, I love y'all, but some of y'all don't know what marketing is. Marketing is not sales. Sales is sales, okay? Marketing is building the relationships that lead to sales. And let me tell you, if you want to know how to do that, you ask somebody who's been in business, corporate management for 25 years, okay? You ask somebody who has a master's degree in business management. So you ask Shan Thomas. Shan, is there anything else you want the people to know about you? Because I think I ran it down.
You did a good job, Shay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I did a good job, girl. I did a good job.
job.
Okay, cool. Let's get to it because this is all about the transformation, right? I love on you all the time, so we'll get to this to the love later, right? I just wanted them to know who you are because sometimes people don't be knowing who people are. I need them to know who you are. But now we're going to just dive right in, okay? What is the number one problem that most small businesses have with marketing and creating those relationships that lead to sales?
You know, Shay, I think the number one problem is literally not thinking about it every day as the foundational principle of managing their business.
Wow.
Like having the right relationships can make or break a business. Right. I built my entire business networking. That was my marketing. I wanted people to know me. As you can see, I have purple hair. I am known as the woman with the purple hair, the lady with the purple hair. Because when I walk in a room, I first of all need to be remembered. And I want to make an impact. I want that if you don't remember my name, if you don't remember what I actually do, you will remember that you met me. You will know that you want to stay connected to me and you're wanting to find a way to be connected deeply with me. So that's literally how I still run my business. I probably, as a decade, over a decade in business for myself full time with employees, with contractors, with all the things that makes me a legitimate small business. One of the things that I can say is I am a marketer that doesn't really need to do a whole lot of paid marketing because my relationship marketing is so strong. Word of mouth is the oldest form of marketing, but it's actually the best form of marketing. And I would think that that would be the number one thing that I think that most small businesses don't put credence to and don't pay attention to.
I love that. And I love that you mentioned that you did it all without paid ads because nowadays, people are relying heavily on paid ads. And some of us are losing at paid ads because Facebook is doing what it wants to do. You're paying for a reach that you're not really getting. And then, they freeze your account. All these things are going on. But what I love about it is, Shan, you created this community. It was called Entrepreneur Her. Right? How many people were in that Facebook community that you did not use Facebook ads to build? How many people were in that community?
Over 3,000.
Exactly. Right. And it was all based on relationships because we all that were in your community felt like we knew you personally. Why? Because we did. You know what I'm saying? We did. We didn't get in there because you ran an ad. We get in there because we met you and you told us this is where my people gather. And guess what? We came and we gathered and you brought all the value. Right? So I love that you said that with, these people that don't have an ad budget, because we're talking about small businesses and some of them are solopreneurs. They need to know other ways to do marketing other than the trendy way, the what's in now, right? Because this year's Facebook has been Facebook for a while, but next year it might be YouTube ads. The next year it might be going back to Google ads and AdSense and all that kind of stuff. But when you don't have the budget, you need to do the elbow grease. And the elbow grease for marketing is building relationships. So I love that you said that because I don't think that people think about it that way. And talking about thinking about it that way, what is the biggest mindset shift that they need to have? Like, what should the new focus be? Since they thought it was Facebook ads, what should the new focus be?
The new focus and the old focus should have always been, how can I serve? What can I add? How can I add value to the person that's in front of me, the person that's giving me some energy in front of me, right? And I think that, like I said before, even if you meet me and you don't remember my name, if you don't remember what I do, you will remember that you met me. I will impact your life, right? And I think that, are we post-pandemic? I don't even know. However, one thing that has not come back is that level of service, right? It wasn't stellar before, but now it's missing a level even more so. And it's felt and it's trickling down to every little bit. And I think that that's the biggest thing. You have to focus on the service of the thing. It's not the advent of when you meet people, you're just pushing a card and you're pushing a card and you're pushing a card on them. It's before you even offer to give a card, it's who are you? How can I serve you? What do you need? And, that then lends for the actual ask. Before you ask me for something or try to sell me something, I need to know that there's a real connection there, right? Because I might know someone, and this is the value of relationships. I'm probably going to know someone that you need to know, right? I know your business, Shay, like the back of my hand because we've had a level of communication. So then I'm taking you into rooms that you don't have to be in.
Okay.
That's the value of real relationship marketing. There are rooms right now that my name is mentioned in that I don't have to be in, that are drawing people to me. And that it's really the foundation of my whole business, is how I work with clients and everything in the sort. It's really all relational, because 9 times out of 10, most of the businesses that are in the world they're not online. That's how they hire me. They're not online. And if they are online, they're not online powerfully. What are they doing? They're still doing business, they're still managing they're managing their relationships. They have to be. They're massaging their vendors. They're connecting with their synergistic businesses. They're creating partnerships. They're at trade shows. They're doing traditional business. Traditional business has always been a foundation of relationships. And I don't think that'll ever go anywhere. I don't care how much digital everything we have. That's just a tactic. It's a tool, but a foundation cannot be moved. It's like building your house on sand, playing online and doing all this quick stuff. It's like playing on sand. You're building your house on sand. You got to have a solid foundation, and that foundation is the longevity of that. What's that word?
Longevity, baby.
Longevity is when it's on solid rock. And that solid rock is always about, building those solid relationships.
So let me tell you how I know that what you say is true. Because I made 6 figures in my business without marketing at all, right? I made 6 figures in my business by pitching my service to one person, then pitching it to another person, right? Building a relationship and then showing up excellently for those people. And then they referred me to more people. Right? I started telling people no. I started having these calls. I was telling people like, I don't even want any more clients. And they went from, do I need to hire you to please let me hire you, based on the results that I had gotten from other people. So one thing that I have been saying lately, because I've noticed it lately, is we have people that love to market online and run the Facebook ads and do all of these things to get in more clients. But they're not even servicing their current clients excellently, which is a part of building relationships, right? Because if you built the relationship enough for them to pay you, you need to continue the relationship by showing up in excellence and serving them. And what I also know that you said to be true is partnerships can get you a 6-figure contract with one person, right? Yeah. Like you said, when you know what we do, right? And you go into a room and you hear someone that needs that, you can then say, I know solidly what this person does. And because I have a relationship with that person, I know they do a good job. So I don't have to worry that if I use my name and my reputation to then extend it to talk about you, that I then have sold my relationship. So I love what you said. So let's talk about an example, right? Just give me like some kind of client stories or some kind of case study where somebody got it wrong and somebody got it right.
Oh, I have the perfect example. So I work with clients all over. So I have a client in another state, and he's really having a very hard time right now. He's had a hard time for a couple of years, only because he has the wrong mindset around what's rightfully his. And in a case, he's burning bridges in relationships that is needed. When you're so let me just tell you, he's in the government space. When you're in the government space, it's all relational. It's all relational.
You're obviously relational, right? It's like obvious. For small business, it's not obvious to us, but in the government, that thing obvious.
The first thing when I was trying to get in the space and I went to Washington, D.C., when I went to Washington, D.C. to find out how I can do business with the government, first thing they tell you is the procurement. Everybody has to know you, like you, trust you. So this particular client, they know him. They don't like him. I don't think they trust him if they don't like him. So he's trying to force his way into a space and he's burning bridges. And then the combativeness of how he's managing things, my only advice was, hey, you might be blackballed here. So let's pivot and let's go somewhere else where we can start over and let's do it a little gently. Okay, so that's one extreme. On the other hand,
what not to do, right?
That's what not to do. On the other hand, right? Because let's go back over here. You're really alienating people that can write you 6-7-figure government contracts. You're basically, you're not pleasant in the space. Therefore, why would people want to help you? Even though they probably should, why would they? Now, on the other hand, let's talk about one of all my clients are my favorites, but one of my favorite clients, She's amazing. She's been a doctor in her community for over 30 years. Everybody knows her. She does not do a whole lot of marketing. The marketing that she does do is traditional. It's hand to hand, it's flyers, it's ink pens. I have pens of hers, right? That traditional marketing. But I was in the Westin Peachtree Plaza downtown Atlanta in rooms full of doctors that were all from all over America, and they knew her. They knew her. She's built so many relationships in so many different industries, and she steps out with the intent to connect, people. She's actually, she's interviewing right now for a position in her space. A young lady interviewed that is going through her doctor degree or whatever. So she wants to work with a doctor. And this lady could say, I'll take you. No, she was like, I have a better situation for you. Based on the degree that you're going to get, I'm going to call someone in my Rolodex and I'm going to tell them that they need to interview you. Could we have used her? Yes. Could she have hired her? Yes. But her natural inclination is not self first. Her natural inclination, how can I connect the dots so that people win? Which then everybody's going to send her referrals. Everybody's going to send her new clients. Why? Because reciprocity. We're humans. Our natural inclination is, if you help me, I owe you. You know, if you do something for me, how can I repay you? So you build up reciprocal equity when you lead with service first. That is they're completely different paradigms, completely different mindsets around doing business. One leads with heart and service first, and the other leads with, you owe me, and therefore I should be because you must. No. No.
I love this. I love everything about this. I really do. And you have given so much value in just such a little time. But I have one more question because I don't want to leave anything on the table that you might want to share with us. So the last question I have for you is, what is the one thing you want our small businesses to remember about relationship building for marketing?
That it is all the time. It's you should think about it all the time. I have garnered clients from the Kroger checkout line. I have gotten clients from my son's football games. I have gotten clients from going with a friend to buy her a car. I wasn't even buying a car. I'm always thinking about, how can I serve? How can I make a connection with someone genuine? Right? There's one thing that can be said. I know that this is true because it comes back to me. It's one thing that can be said about me. Who I am is who I am. Well, who you meet online is who you meet in person. And therefore, it really is authentic. And people really desire genuine connection. People want to be connected to people who love what they do, who can articulate well what they do, and who actually offer something to the world instead of trying to always take. It's just the nature of how people are, how humans are. And so every small business, the number one thing that they need to think about every day, all the time, is, how can I serve and who can I help? Because it's always going to come back, because that is real marketing.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much for that. So where can the people find you? Because I'm quite sure they want to be connected to you because they're not going to forget you. So how can they stay connected to you?
Okay, I am at Shan Thomas Biz on all platforms, and Shan is SHAN. So at Shan Thomas Biz, I am mostly on Facebook and LinkedIn, but I am everywhere that has a handle. Even getting on TikTok. Are you on TikTok yet, Shan?
I'm there. I'm not quite active yet because, I'm one of those that is intentional with my relationships. And so I want to figure out, what do I want my relationship to be on TikTok? Because I might do a little dance. I don't know, but it definitely can't be all about dancing and following all of the trends, because that's not me. So
yeah, you would not see me dancing, even though I can, but that's not my brand. That's not my professional brand.
know, I might do a little chair dance or something. I don't know what I might do. But I still have to have, I still have to be intentional.
Yeah.
Because like you said, I'm an authentic person, so I don't just follow trends and do things that's outside of me. I walk in every room as myself, as you already know, right?
Mhm.
And so I need to know how I want to walk in that room to be myself, under the circumstances and the strategies and the rhythms and algorithms of that particular platform. But yeah, because you
Totally.
taught me how to make relationships in person, right? How to keep them and nurture them and all of that. I don't have to jump to every social media that comes, right? Because my business has that rock solid foundation that you have
Yeah.
taught them what they need to do too. So thank
Yeah.
you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you.